We welcome from Spring Arbor University, Associate Professor of Music, Dr. Mark Douglas, and the Director of Major Gifts, Jessica Malshoff.
Hello.
Nice
Thanks
to have
for
you guys.
having us.
Yeah, welcome back. I think the last time we were together, we were talking about the songwriting competition.
Right.
Yes.
And it's back.
Here we are
It's
again.
back.
Yeah.
Yes. We're so excited. So we did it just a little bit later. We almost tied it to Valentine's Day, the weekend before, so the Friday before. And we will have a number of participants again. Dr. Douglas, along with Babbie, who you'll be interviewing later this week.
That's Babbie Mason.
Our alum, yes. They've picked finalists, 6 finalists for this year, but they had a number of submissions, and we're really excited to showcase original music again at Spring Arbor.
Some really, really great songs too. It'll be exciting to hear how the audience reacts to them.
So it's a songwriting competition. So songwriters will they be performing? How will you know if it's a good song?
Yes.
Will someone be singing it?
Yes.
Yep, they'll actually be singing it. Most of them are coming in with a guitar or piano or something like that, and they'll just perform the song. And the judges will go deliberate and decide which is the best song.
Oh wow, it's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
How did you get the 6 finalists? Was there an open call for entries?
Yes, so we sent out an email probably mid to early December and asked for those that wanted to participate to submit their song. And that was where we gained a number of submissions. I don't choose the finalists. I'm not the music expert. So again, that's Dr. Douglas and Babbie who chose the finalists for this year. And then they kind of exclude themselves from the judging portion at the event just because they chose the finalists.
Oh, okay.
And so that's where we have a panel of judges come in. And we're very excited about our judges this year. Mark can speak more to some of them, but we have professors, of course, from Spring Arbor. We have our radio DJ, Glenn Goodwin from Arbor FM. We have Jim Holloman, who is the Director of Music at Hillsdale College. So really good judges to judge the performances this year.
So are these songwriters hoping to have a career in songwriting? Is this
Some of them are. Some of them have full-time jobs and they just do this on the side, but some of them are my students and they're hoping to have a career as a writer, performer. Many of them will go to Nashville after they're finished. Part of our program is the last semester they spend in Nashville working at a recording studio and learning to perform. They go on tour. So they're just kind of preparing for that part of their education. And then hopefully they'll get work in Nashville and maybe stay there for a little bit.
Yeah, Nashville really is Music City, isn't it?
It really is Music City. Yeah.
That's where dreams go to thrive.
That's right.
And your program, you actually hope to have professional musicians, and there are, over the years, professional musicians that have come out of your program.
Right.
I've been fascinated learning from Mark, just kind of their process that he goes through with students. So he'll often give them a prompt of some kind. So tell me about your last day on earth, what you would do, or just any kind of prompt. He can speak to that better than I can. And so that's how a lot of these songs that we might hear have been written this year. And so I think that's kind of a fun thing, behind the scenes knowledge for you.
Well, I think a lot of our viewers already know about Babbie Mason, Jackson native, 2-time Dove Award winner.
Yes.
And she's an amazing
She's
person.
phenomenal.
And obviously very generous because she's participating in this again this year.
Right.
For those who may not be familiar with Babbie, tell us a little bit about.
Yeah.
I grew up listening. I don't know if I told you this story the last time that I was here, but I fell in love with my wife while she was singing a Babbie Mason song. Believe it or not.
Okay.
And we never knew it was Babbie until later on when I started to work with Babbie and I talked to her and she said, "You wrote that song?" And she said, "Yeah." I'm like, well, we're married because of that song. But she says, "I'm your biggest fan in the music department at SAU." And she will do anything to help us. And I'll tell you, having worked with her now for, this is 8 years I've been able to work with her, she's always inspiring. Every single time I work with her. I'm blown away by her spirit. And she's not only a composer and a songwriter, she's also an author. I would say that she's a storyteller. Every story she tells, she just has you in her hand, and she just can, and she can direct you in any way that she wants. She's absolutely brilliant.
The other amazing thing about Babbie too, I think, is she is passionate about students. In Georgia, she teaches at a couple colleges there. She is now in the process of getting, it might be, I don't know if it's her first, but some type of master's degree. So she's passionate about learning, about education, and about students too.
She's also working on a doctorate soon as well.
Yes.
So, and many of my colleagues that I met when I was working in Nashville or Dallas, I will talk to them and they'll say, well, I studied with this Babbie. Do you know Babbie? And so we all have this thing in common, which is Babbie. So.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I didn't realize this, and I think I discovered it the last time she was here. She has podcasts, she does radio, she has a radio
Babbie Mason Radio.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And what I notice as well is that it's always nervous when she comes in and works with my students. I work with them on songwriting. But then when Babbie works with them, I think, did I mess this up? And she's always encouraging. And it's just neat to see how she has a different perspective on the song.
Brought a couple of photos from, I think, the last time we
so
had
exciting.
Babbie here for this.
Yeah, so we had a number of SAU students attend the program, a number of community members, a number of our alums, of course, all the finalists that are chosen, Bart, their families and friends are there. So it was a wonderful evening of just, again, original music and creativity and art. And it was really special. So we're hoping to recreate that. We'll have a bit of a different setup. You can see there in that picture from last year, it was more of an audience style in rows. This year we're going to have it be more of a music lounge type style. So we'll have circular tables for people to sit at, and then also couches as well.
In the same place, Ralph Carey Forum.
Yes, that's right.
Now you mentioned the students, they acted a little differently when Babbie was there. Was it intimidating? Did she create more of a creative spark just from being in the room?
I think initially it's intimidating because I know her name, I know her work, but within 2 minutes of talking to her, you're at ease, you're comfortable, and she meets you where you are, and then she takes you on a journey every single time. It's just a powerful personality.
Now the finalists that you in your panel chose, is it a certain type of music, a certain genre, or can they be from anything?
I think they can be from anything. I believe that if a song works with just a guitar and a singer, or piano and a singer, then it can be fully produced into something wonderful. These are not fully produced songs. Many of them are just drafts of songs that aren't completed yet. So it's just the basic song. So we're not judging on production, we're just judging on the bones of the song.
Have you heard songs as you're auditioning these students that you think, oh my gosh, this could be a big hit?
Yeah. I think every single one of the songs you'll hear could be a hit. And it's hard for me because I was with the students as they wrote some of the songs. And so I almost feel an ownership over the song as well. And so I'm thinking, that's going to be the winner. And it never works out that way.
No, you probably don't get the royalties either.
No. Well, I have deals with some of my students.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now this event, you're welcoming the community to come in.
Yes,
Please come,
we would love
please
that.
come.
Yes, we already have a number of RSVPs, but it's a Ralph Carey Forum. You've been there. It's a big room, and we're happy to host as many as want to be there and enjoy the evening. So.
And that's no charge, but they
Correct.
do have capacity limits, so you want to make sure you get a reservation. They call you, Jessica.
Yeah,
right?
they can email me at jessica.melchef@arbor.edu, which I believe is on your screen.
What are the various music programs that you have at Spring Arbor University?
I think the one that we're most excited about right now is in what we're doing. It's in music production. We have a lot of students who want to be songwriters. They want to be desktop musicians. You can produce an entire record on your MacBook right now, never going anywhere, and post it online. And so we're trying to equip students to be able to do that. So we're working on a music production degree at SAU right now.
Yeah, so many today's big stars, they came just from like YouTube.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And so we want to empower them to mix it better and to just do things to make them rise to the surface among all the people who are doing this right now.
Because potential big stars have the equal access with no one,
Right.
anyone. The access to perhaps a wider audience, is it easier for someone that wants to get into music and songwriting? Or does it make it harder because there's maybe millions more?
I think it's the playing field is more leveled because in the past it was you have to have a relationship with this record company or something like that, and now anyone can put their stuff out there. I just had a first lesson with a student this morning, and our goal at the end of the semester is that she has 4 songs posted online that she can just tell people, go listen to my music here. And hopefully that will turn into something more for her. So to answer your question, I think that it's a little more level. The ability for me to just post something from my house. I don't have to be signed by Columbia or something.
Yeah.
So,
All right, well, it sounds like a fun event coming up on the evening of February 10th.
Next
And-
Friday.
I can't believe it.
It's great.
It sounds so far off.
It does. We're also excited because this is our 150th year that we're celebrating at Spring Arbor. So this is just another cool event that is a way for the community and our alums to get to know the campus again.
Yeah, it's a beautiful campus, and there have been some awesome events already, and they're just going to keep continuing right
Yes.
through June.
Right through the time, yeah.
Great to see you both. Thank you.
thanks for having us.
Dr. Mark Douglas, Associate Professor of Music, and Major Gift Officer Jessica Malcheff at Spring Arbor University.